Hello and welcome back to our Chronological Bible in Your Reading Plan. Today is day 197 and we are back in Isaiah with chapters 13 through 17. Isaiah chapter 13, start us off. The message concerning Babel which Yeshayahu son of Amoz saw. Lift up a banner on the high mountain, raise your voice to them, wave your hand, let them enter the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my Kodeshim, which is holy ones, right? Mm-hmm. I have also called my mighty men for my displeasure, my proudly exulting ones. The noise of an uproar in the mountains, like that of many people. A noise of uproar of the reigns of Gentiles gathered together. Yahuwah of hosts is gathering an army for battle. They are coming from a distant land, from the end of the Shamaim, which is the heavens. Even Yahuwah and his weapons of displeasure to destroy all the earth. Howl, for the day of Yahuwah is near. It comes as a destruction from El Shaddai, which means God Almighty. I'm going to double check that though. Yep, El Shaddai, the Almighty. Therefore all hands go limp, every man's heart melts, and they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows take hold of them. They are in pain as a woman in labor. They are amazed at one another, their faces aflame. See, the day of Yahuwah is coming, fierce, with wrath and heat of displeasure, to lay the earth waste, and destroy its sinners from it. For the stars of the Shemaim and their constellations do not give off their light. The sun shall be dark at its rising, and the moon not send out its light. And I shall punish the world for its evil, and the wicked for their wickedness, and shall put an end to the arrogance of the proud, and lay low the pride of the ruthless. I shall make mortal man scarcer than fine gold, and mankind than the gold of Ophir. So I shall make the Shemaim tremble, and the earth shall shake from her place, in the wrath of Yahuwah of hosts, and in the day of the heat of his displeasure. And it shall be as a hunted gazelle, and as a sheep that no man takes up. Every man turns to his own people, and everyone flees to his own land. Whoever is found is thrust through, and everyone taken falls by the sword. And their children are dashed to pieces before their eyes, their houses plundered, and their wives ravished. See, I am stirring up the Madites against them, who do not regard silver, and as for gold, they do not delight in it. And bows dash the young to pieces, and they have no compassion on the fruit of the womb. Their eye spares no children. And Babel, the splendor of reigns, the comeliness of the Kasdites' pride, shall be as when Elohim overthrew Sodom and Amorah. She shall never be inhabited, nor be settled from generation to generation. Nor shall the Arabian pitch tents there, nor shepherds rest their flocks there. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be filled with owls. And ostriches shall dwell there, and wild goats frolic there. And hyenas shall cry on their citadels, and jackals in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days are not drawn out. Chapter 14. For Yahuwah has compassion on Jacob, and shall again choose Yisrael, and give them rest in their own land. And the strangers shall join them, and they shall cling to the house of Jacob. And people shall take them and bring them to their own place. And the house of Yisrael shall possess them for servants and female servants in the land of Yahuwah. And they shall make captives of their captors, and rule over their oppressors. And it shall be in the day Yahuwah gives you rest from your sorrow, and from your trouble in the hard service in which you were made to serve, that you shall take up this proverb against the sovereign of Babel, and say, how the oppressor has ceased, the gold gatherer ceased. Yahuwah has broken the staff of the wicked, the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with ceaseless blows, he who ruled the Gentiles in displeasure, is persecuted and no one restrains. All the earth is at rest and at peace. They shall break forth into singing. Even the cypress trees rejoice over you, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since you were cut down, no woodcutter has come up against us. The grave from beneath is excited about you, to meet you at your coming. It stirs up the dead for you, all the chief ones of the earth. It has raised up from their thrones all the sovereigns of the Gentiles. all of them respond and say to you, have you also become as weak as we? Have you become like us? Your arrogance has been brought down to the grave, and the sound of your stringed instruments, the maggot is spread under you, and worms cover you. How you have fallen from the Shamaim, O Hallel, son of the morning! You have been cut down to the ground, you who laid low the Gentiles. For you have said in your heart, let me go up to the Shamaim, let me raise my throne above the stars of El, and let me sit in the mount of meeting on the sides of the north. Let me go up above the heights of the clouds, let me be like the Most High. But you are brought down to the grave, to the sides of the pit. Those who see you stare at you, and ponder over you, saying, is this the man who made the earth tremble, who shook reins, who made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed its cities, who had not opened the house of his prisoners? All the sovereigns of the Gentiles, all of them, were laid in esteem, everyone in his own house. But you have been thrown from your grave like an abominable branch, like the garment of those who are slain, thrust through with the sword, who go down to the stones of the pit like a trampled corpse. You are not joined with them in burial, for you have destroyed your land and slain your people. Let the seed of evildoers never be mentioned. Prepare his children for slaughter, because of the wickedness of their fathers, lest they rise up and possess the land, and fill the face of the world with cities. And I shall rise up against them, declares Yahuwah of hosts, and shall cut off from Babel the name and remnant, and offspring and descendant, declares Yahuwah. And I shall make it a possession for the porcupine, and marshes of muddy water, and shall sweep it with the broom of destruction, declares Yahuwah of hosts. Yahuwah of hosts has sworn, saying, truly, as I have planned, so shall it be, and as I have purposed, so it stands. To break Ashur in my land, and tread him down on my mountains. And his yoke shall be removed from them, and his burden removed from their shoulders. This is the counsel that is counseled for all the earth, and this is the hand that is stretched out over all the nations. For Yahuwah of hosts has counseled, and who annuls it? And his hand that is stretched out, who turns it back? This is the message which came in the year that sovereign Ahaz died. Do not rejoice, all you of Pelesheth, that the rod that smote you is broken, for out of the serpent's roots comes forth an adder, and its offspring is a fiery flying serpent. And the firstborn of the poor shall feed, and the needy shall lie down in safety. And I shall kill your roots with scarcity of food, and it shall slay your remnant. Howl, O gate! Cry, O city! Melt away, all you of Pelesheth, for smoke shall come from the north, and there is no stranger in his ranks. And what does one answer the messengers of a nation? That Yahuwah has founded Zion, and the poor of his people take refuge in it. Chapter 15. The message concerning Moab, because in the night Ar of Moab was laid waste, was silenced. Because in the night Kir of Moab was laid waste, was silenced. He has gone up to the house and Dibon, to the high places to weep. Moab is wailing over Nebo and over Medeba. On all their heads is baldness, and every beard is cut off. In their streets they shall put on sackcloth. On the tops of their houses, in their streets, everyone wails, weeping bitterly. And Heshbon and El-Elah cry out. Their voice shall be heard as far as Yahatz. Therefore the armed ones of Moab shout. His being shall tremble within him. My own heart is toward Moab. Her fugitives cry unto Zoar, like a 3-year-old heifer. For by the ascent of Luhith they go up with weeping. For in the way of Horonaim they raise a cry of destruction. For the waters of Nimrim are wastes, for the green grass has withered away. The grass fails, there is no greenness. Therefore the wealth acquired and stored up they take away to the Wadi Ha-Arabim. For the cry has gone all around the borders of Moab, its wailing to Eglaim, and its wailing to Bir Elim. For the waters of Dimon shall be filled with blood, for I shall bring more upon Dimon, lions upon him who escapes from Moab, and on the remnant of the land. Chapter 16. Send a lamb to the ruler of the land, from Selah to the wilderness, to the mountain of the daughters of Zion. And it shall be like a wandering bird, a nest thrown out. So are the daughters of Moab, at the fords of Arnon. Bring counsel, execute judgment. Make your shadow like the night in the middle of the day. Hide the outcast, do not betray him who escapes. Let my outcasts dwell with you, O Moab. Be a shelter to them from the face of the ravager. For the oppressor has met his end. Destruction has ceased. Those trampling down have perished from the land. And in kindness the throne shall be established, and one shall sit on it in truth, in the tent of David, judging and seeking right ruling and speeding righteousness. We have heard of the pride of Moab, very proud, of his pride, his arrogance, and his rage. His boastings are not true. So Moab wails for Moab, everyone wails. For the raisin cakes of Kir Hareseth they moan. They are utterly smitten. For the fields of Heshbon languish. Sorry, I thought that was capital. For the fields of Heshbon languish, the vine of Sibmah. The masters of the Gentiles have broken down its choice plants, which have reached to Yazer and wandered through the wilderness. Her branches are stretched out, they are gone over the sea. Therefore I bewail the vine of Sibmah with the weeping of Yazer. I water you with my tears, O Heshbon and El-Elah, for acclamation have fallen over your summer fruit and your harvest. Gladness is taken away, and joy from the orchard. In the vineyards there is no singing, nor shouting. No treaders tread out wine in their presses. I have made their acclamation cease. Therefore my inward parts sound like a lyre for Moab, and my inner being for Kir Heres. And it shall be, when it is seen that Moab has wearied herself on the high place, that she shall come to her sanctuary to pray, but not be able. This is the word which Yahuwah has spoken concerning Moab since that time. But now Yahuwah has spoken, saying, Within 3 years, as the years of a hired man, the esteem of Moab is to be despised with all its great throng, and the remnant be few, small, and weak. In chapter 17, the message concerning Damasek. See, Damasek ceases to be a city and shall become a heap of ruins. The cities of Aroer are forsaken. They are for flocks which shall lie down, with no one to frighten. And the stronghold shall cease from Ephraim, and the rain from Damasek, and the remnant of Aram be as the esteem of the sons of Yisrael, declares Yahuwah of hosts. And in that day it shall be that the esteem of Jacob wanes, and the fatness of his flesh grows lean. And it shall be as when the harvester gathers the grain, and reaps the heads with his arm. And it shall be as he who gathers heads of grain in the valley of Rephaim. And gleaning grapes shall be left in it like the shaking of an olive tree, 2 or 3 olives at the top of the uppermost branch, 4 or 5 in its most fruit-bearing branches, declares Yahuwah Elohim of Yisrael. In that day man shall look to his Maker, and his eyes turn to the Kadosh One of Yisrael, which Kadosh means holy, or set apart, or sanctified. And he shall not look to the altars, the work of his hands, and he shall not see that which his own fingers made, nor the Asherim, nor the sun pillars. In that day his strong cities become like a forsaken forest and an uppermost branch, which they left because of the children of Yisrael, and it shall become a ruin. Because you have forgotten the Elohim of your deliverance, and have not remembered the rock of your stronghold. Therefore you shall plant pleasant plants, and put out foreign seedlings. By day make your plant to grow, and in the morning make your seed to flourish. The harvest is a heap in the day of grief and incurable pain. Woe to the uproar of many people who make a noise like the roar of the seas, and to the rushing of nations that make a rushing like the rushing of mighty waters. Nations rushing like the rushing of many waters. But he shall rebuke them, and they shall flee far away, and be chased like the chaff of the mountains before the wind, like whirling dust before the whirlwind. At eventide, look, alarm! Before morning it is no more. This is the portion of those who plunder us, and the lot of those who rob us. And that concludes our reading for today. As always, thank you for joining, and I hope you've been reading along, and peace and blessings and love to you. See you in the next one.